This video is brought to you by Madhaus Collectibles. Hey everybody, welcome to Transformers Masterpiece Theater. I'm the Rusty Mechanic. This is it, 2020 Figure of the Year FT-44 Thomas. This is the triple changer we've been waiting for years. Well, except for maybe Berserk. But here he is, so excited. So once you do get Thomas out of the box, there's a few things you do need to do to straighten out his robot mode. The first thing is there's two tabs on the inside of his elbow just below the purple line at the bend. You just need to tab those into place. Second thing is if you want the shoulder pads like he has in his cartoon mode, they're actually tucked away inside the body, so you just need to rotate take the thruster pack off the back and then rotate the entire head assembly back, rotate the two shoulder pads up, and then bring everything back forward again. This tail fin is in, or shark fin, it's in an up position in the box. You couldn't see his tail fin from his shuttle mode in cartoon mode, so again, if you want that cartoon accuracy, you just want to flip his tail fin down. And then, oddly enough, his feet on the bottom, the back parts, basically the parts that make up his heels, are in the wrong position and need to be rotated 90 degrees, and it all looks like this. Okay, so let's do a comparison to his G1 cartoon depiction. Going on the head here is really nice head sculpt. Again, lots of nice details. Helmet head shape with the gold plate or yellow plate on the front to make up the forehead. You got a white face with the chrome eyes. The chrome eyes are really nice touch, really nice accent. Really nice, awesome, deep metallic purple around the head and the shoulders. Really pops off the flat gray that makes up most of the rest of the figure. Down to the chest, arms, and wings. The entire body, like I said, is a nice flat gray with some deep purple accents, especially around the wings. Again, they're keeping the purple trim that's around the wings, matching the cartoon. Chest is sectioned off along with the sort of spine down the middle of the chest section. You got the circles that are at the top of the shoulders. Again, those minor details that Fan Toys always pays attention to. The only small nitpicky issue with this section is because of the way that they've done the wing transformation for the train, it is going to make the placement of the Decepticon logo really tough. I've seen some people putting the Decepticon logo right on the seam there that you can see in the wing, and of course then you just have to cut the logo. But I have seen other people that have just said the hell with it, and they've just put the logo on either one half of the wing or the other. Again, so placing the logo is going to be tough. Forearms do extend down over the hands. They are missing that tattoo, though, that symbol or emblem or whatever it is that is on his forearm. You don't see those on his forearm. You do see it in other transformations, so that's a bit of a miss. But I guess, again, not an engineer. I think they could have figured out some way to get that logo on there for us, or that tattoo or emblem, whatever you want to call it, but it's not there. It is missing. Nice red translucent panels over the stomach or over the ab section. Nice clear red plastic with some simple lines. They kept it nice and simple, not like whatever they did with Road King. I still can't get over that cassette looking thing that they did with Road King's chest. Bothers me every time I look at them. Go down to the hips and legs. Lower half of the body, again, all a nice flat gray with some purple accents down the side and the legs. Again, just like in the cartoon. You got the venting that they kept in above his knees. The most disappointing part of this figure is what I call the flip-flop flaps. It's these sections on his side, on the back of his legs that make up the wings in his shuttle mode, and they just don't lock into place. Every time you touch them, they flop out of place. It drives me absolutely bonkers. I wish Fan Toys had done something about that. That's the biggest nitpick I have about this figure. And the little gray flaps that are down at the bottom too, they stick out, and I can't find a way to position them that I'm comfortable with. And again, it's like every time I look at that part of the figure, I just go, just wish you'd tuck these in behind or something. And the only other nitpicky thing I have about it is on the inside of his right leg there, you can see the landing gear for the shuttle. Again, it bugs me a little bit. I wish that they had tucked that away a little bit better. We'll take a look at the back. So the back is a little bit unclean. It's not terrible, but there's like a bunch of pieces, like it's not clean, not like the front, right? Again, the worst part is the wingtip mess that's going on at the back of the legs here. Again, they bother me. They bother me. Let's go over the articulation for Thomas. Head does swivel left to right, and it does tilt back. Doesn't tilt forward very much. There's no ab crunch either, so you can't get away with that. Shoulders go out almost 90 degrees. Rotates 360, but the wing does get in the way. Bicep rotation 360 degrees. Elbow bend, double joint, very nice. Waist swivel, it is ratcheted, but it is impeded by the butt flap, so you can only go about that far. Wrist rotation 360. Finger articulation, each finger is individually articulated with a pin at each knuckle, so you have a double articulation in the fingers. Thumb is on a single ball joint with a single pin, so some decent amount of articulation there as well. Hip flaps. Legs go all the way out. Rotation at the thigh. Bend at the knee. And his feet have some decent articulation forward and back. Some really good rotation inside. It's really stiff though, you really got to work at it. Face swap is really easy. You're just going to take off the top section where his gold plate is on top of his helmet and pull the face forward. Just to show you the back of the alternate face, it is the standard single peg. You just pull it off, push it in, and you're done. Just pull off the top of his helmet like that. Tilt his head back and grab from the chin. So from the bottom here, pull it forward, face comes right off, nice and easy. New one just pushes right into that tab. And then just put the helmet back on. And it's just a single peg hole that you push into place. Take a quick look at the rifle. It's the same molded plastic, flat gray, just like the body. Has a tab on either side for to tab into the hand, so you can put it in either hand. He also comes with this wing that looks like it is an homage back to the G1 figure. I don't think I'm ever going to use this. This is definitely dealer's choice. It does move and pivot. I'm not sure why. It does just clip on to this part of the body, and I mean, this is not on the G1 cartoon. Again, I think it's coming from the original G1 toy itself. Quick size comparison for his robot mode. Here's FT-43 Dune Runner, MP-30 Ratchet, and FT-31C Spoiler. And if we take a look at Mike Lorber's G1 size scale chart, we can see that Astrotrain is taller than both Ratchet and Breakdown. Ratchet and Breakdown come to about Astrotrain's shoulder. And if we go back and look at the figures again, we can see that Spoiler and Ratchet do come to Thomas's shoulders. So again, Fantoys is maintaining that, that masterpiece scale. Okay, let's go over his shuttle mode. This guy, completely cartoon accurate and an absolute brick. When you have him in this mode, it just feels so complete, so together, so solid. Just really good weight to it. You got the 3 thrusters on the back, and you've also got these 2 smaller ones. They're opposable as well. You can move them around. Primary thruster in the middle has got some movability to it as well. These 2 smaller ones at the bottom don't really have any movement at all. You can play around with them a little bit. You got the 6 windows on the front that make up the cockpit. Nice silver blue paint. That's cartoon accurate, matching there. So another nice touch from Fantoys. Red and yellow square on the side there. Again, matching the cartoon. You got his tattoo or his emblem that should have been on his forearms, like I mentioned before. It's not there, but at least they got it here in this mode, so that's nice. Deep metallic purple around the edges of the wings, nose cone, thrusters straight down the side, all the way around the wings. Again, paying really close attention to the cartoon. And then you've even got the train wheels that are poking out up front here, again, just like in the cartoon. And it's this type of detail from Fantoys that always gets me, that they pay that much attention to how it looked in the cartoon, and they take those details and they make sure that they're trying to fit it into their version of the figure, whatever you want to call it, really good. Looking at the bottom, it's really clean. Everything's tucked away. There's nothing like hanging out weird. You know, you can see some of the details of the train there. You got some of the piping and the rivets that are there, but nothing grotesque. So again, really clean bottom. Let's take a look at some of the other features on here. You've got a landing gear that's in the nose. There's a little tab you can hook with your fingernail to pull it down. Another nice feature is the wing flaps on the back of the wings. They are movable, so you can position them different ways. And then the coolest accessory that I found in the box was this flight stand. This is the coolest, most kick-ass accessory. It is the train tracks for his train mode, obviously, but it does collapse and fold up into a flight stand for the shuttle. You just fold this piece here, and fold this piece at the end here, and then right in the middle, right here. It is kind of hard to get at. It's really tight in there. But there's 2 legs here that you just need to pull out. All right, I know a bunch of you are screaming at me right now. Don't use a screwdriver. But you got to get something in there. I couldn't find my spludger. So anyway, so get these 2 legs out. There's actually 2 spots you can put it. You can stick it here. And then there's also another couple of slots here at the end. And I prefer this here because it allows the flight stand to be more level when it's done. If you put it here, then the flight stand's kind of angled, and I just don't think it looks as neat. So I always put the legs out here, and then right here in this piece are 2 more legs that you just push out. There's a tab here and here that you just push down on to get them started, and then pull them down. And then there's a couple of slots right here, and one on the other side too, and you just push those 2 legs into those slots, And then you've got this piece right here that needs to be flipped up. It kind of feels like it's spring-loaded, so you do have to put some pressure on it. It's got some tolerance. There you go. And when you get it out, it does sort of like snap out, so don't be afraid to put some pressure on it. And then on the bottom of Astrotrain is a couple of slots right here. And you've got a couple of tab points here at the top of the piece you just folded up. So those two tab pieces just fit right inside those two slots on the bottom of the body. It doesn't really snap into place, just kind of sits there. Just get this lined up and give it a push down. And there you go, a beautiful flight stand for shuttle mode. And like I said, you can reposition these legs back to the forward slots. It sort of gives you like a launch angle position when you do that. And then one last feature is the weapon storage in this mode. So it does come with this rifle. And when you get the rifle, the handle is down. So you just need to flip the handle back. And on the rifle is these two tabs. There's one on either side, so you can actually store it on either side of the shuttle. And then on the shuttle body, just above the wings, there's two little tab holes here, and there's another one on the other side. So you just tab the rifle into that spot. And there you go. Do a quick size comparison for his shuttle mode. Here's FT-44 Dune Runner, FT-31B Magnum, and FT-31A Road King. And here we've got his train mode, but there's some cool details going on here. You've got rivets going on all over the body, some piping there for the steam and that, for the engine. Even this chrome steam whistle here on top, which, be careful, it's not actually in, it's just kind of sitting in there, and it has popped out of me a few times, so be careful, keep an eye on that, make sure that it stays in there. And if we look at the cartoon depiction here, I couldn't tell from this particular cartoon depiction if he was supposed to be all purple or purple and grayish purple or whatever. But the body on this mode here does have some gray in it. So you got some gray up and down the sides here, gray on the top of the cab. But it's pretty close. You get the details in the wheels here, and they even went ahead and put in enough detail to put in this window here. So it's a panel that flips around, just to capture that, again, another one of those details from the cartoon. This chrome metal arm that keeps all the wheels together, which does actually move when you move the wheels. So that's really cool. Thrusters on the back, just like in the cartoon. I always thought that was funny that you could see the thrusters on the back of the train, even though he's in train mode, so he's a rocket train. And really, the only feature on this is the wheels that move, and the chrome arms that move with the wheels as well. I still think that's a really nice touch. For his accessories, of course, the train tracks. Again, this is a super cool accessory. He just sits on the track just like that, and he can slide up and down. Unfortunately, the wheels don't really move that much when he's on the plastic, because the plastic is pretty smooth and slick. Also has weapon storage in this mode for his rifle, so again, it'll come like this with the handle down, so you just need to flip the handle up. And it stores on the underside of this mode. So right here in this empty, just move the track there, right here in this empty cavity here, this empty space here, it'll lock in with this little piece down on the bottom, the hook on the bottom of the rifle, and it tabs in right there. And you literally just slide it forward, and that's it, simple as that. And it doesn't hang down below the wheels, doesn't get in the way. And when you put it back on the track, it is not impeded at all. And we'll do a quick size comparison for his train mode. So first we have FT-31A Road King, then FT-31B Magnum, and finally FT-43 Dune Runner. So just some final thoughts on this guy. Overall, hands down, figure of the year for 2020. Fan Toys finally gave us Astrotrain, and he's just fantastic. Cartoon accuracy on all the modes is really good. That deep metallic purple that's on him is amazing to see in person, and this nice flat gray really complements it. The additional detailing in his train mode is really, really nice. The shuttle, of course, is Not really real world accurate. It's more cartoon accurate, which again is what it's supposed to be doing. So shuttle mode's great too. Um, it's just more cartoon accurate than it is real world accurate, which is fine. Couple of minor missed details, like the tattoo or the emblem that's supposed to be on his forearm that you see in the cartoon, but you don't see it here. Would have been nice if Fantoys could have figured out some way to work it in here and have it flip around the same way that it does in his other modes. A lot of people were talking about that screw pin on the back. I do just want to comment on that. I actually did have the screw pin on my chest plate actually popped out. Now, I will say that I have been manhandling this thing for the last week. So I wasn't surprised when I actually did see the pin come out, but it literally screwed right back into place. It did pop out, and it screwed right back into place, and it hasn't affected anything since, and it only happened once out of the probably dozen times that I have moved this guy between the 3 modes. So nothing really to worry about. You can manhandle this guy. He is very durable, very tough. So don't worry about that complaint that people have been mentioning the last little while. Again, my only real complaint with this guy is this mess that's going on here on his legs, on the back of his legs. Even this, not only the fact that this just flops around like that, but this panel does not really lock into place very well, and it just keeps flopping around when you're trying to do your posing and that. I really wish that Fantoys had done something about that to tidy up the back of the legs a bit, but again, it's a super minor detail given everything else that is so amazing about this guy. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Again, this is Transformers Masterpiece Theater, and I'm the Rusty Mechanic. I want to give a shout out again to Mike Lorber, who created the Masterpiece scale chart for the G1 figures. Another shout out again to Madhaus Collectibles, who got this guy to me super fast, super quick, awesome packaging. Eric and the guys down there at Madhaus Collectibles, you guys are awesome. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit those notifications so you don't miss out on any videos that I've got coming up. We've got a bunch more 3-minute transformation videos coming up and reviews of figures as I get them. Make sure to check out all those links down below in the descriptions for Mike Lorber and Madhaus Collectibles and everybody else. And of course, make sure please to hit that like button down below. It sure helps out a lot.